近鉄特急火の鳥
Machines for freshly ground hot coffee, sweets, etc. Lockers and spaces for baggage are located in each car. Smoking is not permitted in this and refrain from speaking on the phone. When speaking on the phone, please do so on a deck or in a bench space. Thank you.
お客様にご案内いたします。特急火の鳥ではお対応しております。
그래서 교회들
expression is irigaike koi. Please set your mobile phone to silent mode and refrain from talking on the phone.